You ever been driving down the road, you pull up behind some brand new, massive truck, and you just think to yourself, how? How are regular people affording these things? I mean, seriously. Well, that's what we're going to get into. Let's solve this modern financial mystery. And get this, a monthly payment like $1,200, that's not some crazy rare thing for a supercar anymore. For a new decked out truck or a big SUV, a number like this is becoming weirdly normal, which just makes you wonder even more. Right? How are people with normal jobs putting their signature on a loan for a vehicle that eats up a huge part of their paycheck? It just doesn't seem to add up. But here's the thing. There's an entire system built to make it feel like it does. And today, we're going to pull it apart, piece by piece. So, just how widespread is this? Let's peel back the curtain and look at the actual official numbers. And I'm just going to warn you, they might be even crazier than you're thinking. Okay, check this out. The average payment for a new car has already blown past $700 a month. But here's the important part. Look at what people are actually buying. Trucks and SUVs. For those, the payments are routinely over $900. This isn't a luxury payment anymore, folks. This is the new normal. So how on earth is this happening? It's not like everybody just got a giant raise. Nope. It's because the entire car loan game has changed. See, the dealership gets you to focus on just one number, and one number only, the monthly payment. Here's how they perform their magic to get that number down. Look at this. It's a perfect example. A traditional 4-year loan on a $60,000 truck, that would be $1,500 a month. Wow, not many people could do that. But watch this. Just stretch that exact same loan out to 8 years, and boom, the payment drops to a manageable $900. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. You're not saving money. You're actually paying an extra $14,000 in interest for the illusion of it being affordable. And that's where the trap springs open. This right here is the trap. It's called negative equity. With these super long loans, your car depreciates, it loses value way faster than you pay it off. So for years, you're underwater, owing thousands more than the thing is even worth. You can't sell it, you can't trade it in without cutting a massive check. You are, quite literally, stuck. And this is what I like to call the financial hamster wheel. Step 1, you take out that long loan. Step 2, a few years go by. You're bored with the car, but you're hopelessly underwater on the loan. And then comes step 3, the dealership's amazing solution. They'll just take all that debt you still owe and roll it into a new loan for an even more expensive car. Your debt never goes away. It just gets bigger and bigger, and you're locked in. Oh, and what about those 0% financing deals you see everywhere? Listen, it is not free money. The dealer gives you a choice. You can have the fancy 0% rate, or you can have a big cash discount on the car. You never, ever, ever get both. The cost of that free loan is just baked right into the full sticker price you end up paying. But you know what? The math is only half of this story. The other half is way more powerful. It's all about why we emotionally agree to these deals, even when our brain is screaming that the numbers don't make any sense. And this quote just nails it. The car industry doesn't really sell transportation anymore. They sell an identity. You know that commercial with the truck climbing some epic mountain? That's not about getting to work. It's selling you this fantasy that you're a rugged, off-road adventurer, so buying the truck feels like you're buying that identity for yourself. This all leads to this really wild phenomenon. I call it automotive Stockholm Syndrome. People get emotionally attached to their financial captor, that giant car payment. It becomes a part of who they are. So if you suggest they drive a cheaper, more sensible car, they don't hear it as good financial advice. No, they hear it as a personal attack on their identity and their success. All right, so let's put all the pieces together. When you're at the dealership, what's the one thing they always talk about? The monthly payment, right? But that's just a tiny piece of the puzzle. So what is the true all-in cost of owning one of these new trucks? Let's add up the numbers they really hope you never think about. Let's use a super realistic example. Somebody buys a $55,000 truck. They stretch the loan out for 7 years, and they get that payment down to $800 a month. And, on paper, that might seem okay, doable. But trust me, that payment is just the tip of the iceberg. So you've got the $800 payment. Then add in full coverage insurance on an expensive vehicle. That's easily another $250. Gas for a truck this big, let's call it $350 a month, maybe more. And then you have to average in the cost of tires, brakes, and other repairs over those 7 years. That comes out to about $178 a month. So your real monthly cost is almost $1,600.
Now, when you multiply that true monthly cost over the entire 7-year loan, the total amount of cash that leaves your bank account for this one vehicle is $130,000. Just let that sink in. This isn't just buying a car. This is pure, unadulterated wealth destruction.
And honestly, this might be the most painful slide of all. After you have spent $130,000, what do you actually have to show for it? You have a 7-year-old truck that's worth, if you're lucky, maybe 15 grand. You have effectively lit $115,000 on fire.
Now let's think about the opportunity cost. What if you took that $800 payment and just invested it in a simple stock market fund instead? Over 7 years, it could have grown to over $70,000. So the truck created a net loss of 115 grand. Investing would have created a net gain of 70 grand. That is a nearly $200,000 swing in your personal net worth. So you see, the mystery of how people afford these things, it isn't really a mystery at all. It's a very carefully designed system. But here's the good news. Once you understand how the trap works, you can make the choice not to step in. So here's the whole playbook laid out. The lure is the low monthly payment, the free financing, and the promise of looking successful. The trap is the 8-year loan, the hidden costs, and the emotional sales job. And the cold, hard reality? You pay a massive amount of interest, and you systematically destroy your own wealth. So I'll just leave you with this one question. The next time you're driving and you see that brand new $70,000 truck glinting in the sun, what are you going to see? Will you see a symbol of success, or will you see someone who fell for a carefully set trap and is maybe sacrificing their entire financial future for it? Now that you know the game, the choice is yours.